Hey, good evening. Welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, we just got back from Tagbilaran, and part of what we were doing up there was we were having a final day with our visitor for the last 10 days or so, Johnny Peanut. And Johnny Peanut shared with us that, that his son says that he looks a little bit like Elvis Presley. That's why I said Johnny Peanut has left the building. Because Johnny has actually left. We took him to Tagbilaran, where he decided that as he has got to leave so early in the morning, he'd rather spend the night up there than in our gloriously luxurious guest house. So, what does it bring to our lives what is it that a visitor brings to our lives? Well, you know, we've had quite a few visitors, and we've had lots of different kinds of characters, different kinds of people, different ways of looking at things, different opinions, different loves, different hates, and not one has been a taker. All of them have been givers. And even if it was only that we met briefly and they had contacted us and said, and this is what some of the early visitors did, they contacted us and said, I'd like to come and visit you and meet you in Taliban and take you to dinner or take you to lunch. And that's what they did. We went out and we shared a lunch or a dinner and some company for an hour, and then they left. But it was always on a giving aspect. Well, then we started to have people come and stay. Well, we'd made that guest house for that purpose, that people could come, and for no other reason than they wanted to experience what we do. Now that was the purpose behind the guest house. If they're actually here, they can suffer through some of the cooking that we do. Why should I do it on my own? And they could see actually close up and personal what it is that we do and how hard we work at it. And we do work hard at doing what we do. Between making videos and posting them, which sometimes, as our good friend again, Sebastian, tells me, we have a record, our own personal record. I don't know about anybody else. We don't count other people's videos, but he says we once posted 17 videos. It was either 16 or 17 videos. Well, thank you, Sebastian. So we wanted people to come and to experience what we do, and just, if they want to, they can tag along. If they don't want to, they don't have to do that. If they don't want to be on a video, they don't have to be on a video. They don't have to do anything that they don't want to do. So what do they get from it? Well, we should have interviewed Johnny, but we didn't, because we got kind of rushed at the end, and with a few other little challenges that we have with Beth and her visit to the hospital, it kind of got put on hold, and so we never did it. So you have to see what Johnny did, and Johnny is no peanut. Thank you so much, Johnny, for what you brought to the family. You were accepted for the time that you were here as one of the family. You just kind of slotted in, and I was most surprised to hear that even Nanai gave you a hug. don't take too much credit for this, okay, because I tried to give Nanai a hug when I first came here, and it was like hugging a tree trunk. She was as like a block of wood. So I'm glad to see that she's now learned a little more about the Western way of greeting and saying goodbye. And then one of the boys who from whom it was least expected, when we ran the boys, we ran all the children before we went to Tagbilaran, we ran all the children to school. And as Ako, so there was Ako and Mama and beautiful Bibi and Talik, and as we dropped them off, before he closed the door, Ako said to Johnny, "Johnny, I'm going to miss you." Oh, you have no idea, Johnny, what a compliment that is. What a vote of confidence it is for being part of our little family for as long as you were here. You are welcome anytime to pay a visit and stay with us. And actually, this goes for anyone who chooses to exchange some meaningful communication before coming, so that we have some kind of feel as to whether you're going to enjoy your time here, because we want that. We want you to enjoy what we do. And as someone actually remarked, they commented, "Terence, you're working Johnny Peanut very hard." Well, honestly, he volunteered for it. And even though those mattresses that he carried look heavy, actually he was just play acting, because they're only about 5 or 6 pounds. So don't believe everything you say, okay? Now, thanks for looking in, and remember that there is no charge for coming and staying with us. The charge is more on learning, I think, learning about kindness, about giving, about what it is to give to someone who the rest of the world may judge is not working hard, or is worthless, or is conning us, or taking us. We get all of these kinds of accusations now. Don't give them anything, those people. We don't do that. We don't judge whether someone is worthy. We just don't do that. So there are people that are more grateful than others. There are some people who are just more able to express what they feel. Now, if you've ever watched any of the children, like Talik or beautiful Bibi, and if you've watched how they respond when they're spoken to, I mean, I tried to get Talik to talk, and she just freezes up when it comes to the camera. Boy, you should hear Talik and Bibi when we go on my Sunday driving job, and it's me in the driver's seat, and we go out to various outreaches where people would have difficulty getting into church, and we pick them up and we bring them and we drop them at church. And that usually is anything between 20, 30, 40 people over 2 trips. We go up to, the furthest that we go to is the rag houses, and we pick up the rag house kids, and then we come back the other way. We pick up the Tulang people who come from the area where we did the pregnant woman's house and Eva's house, around that little area there, and along on the other side we pick up a lot of people there and we put them in. It's a full house even with our new truck, and we bring them into church, you know. So that's what we do. And Johnny just came along and did that. And as far as how people are able to express their gratitude, don't be fooled into thinking that if someone is kind of struck dumb, can't believe that someone cares enough about them from another country enough to send money to Beth and I to be able to do some kindness, that Johnny Peanut or Oni or Daryl or the two crazy ladies that came and stayed, all those people do what they do and they feel what they feel and they express it, and often gratitude is not able to be expressed. So bear that in mind, okay? Johnny, you will be missed, as Akko so eloquently said. I'm gonna miss you, and we're all going to miss you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for gracing our lives with your company and with your generosity of taking what you personally went to the supermarket and bought and loaded onto the truck, and what we then took around and gave out to people. You were there and you did it, and sorry if I made you work hard. Well, I'm not really. Next time it'll be harder. I'll get you on some digging, okay? This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Thanks for looking in. Bye for now.